Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In the last lecture, we are studying test based on F distribution, and especially we are focused on testing hypotheses about the equality of two variants. Now, in this lecture, we understand the procedure, which procedure that we have to obtain, that we have to adopt to solve the problem of F distribution when testing hypothesis about the equality of two variants. Now, procedure. Procedure is first point is just like previous test, formulate the null and alternative hypothesis. Formulate the null and alternative hypothesis as H naught, which is the null hypothesis, sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square, which is equal to 1. That is H naught, which is equal to, when we cross multiply this, then sigma 1 square, which is equal to sigma 2 square, and the alternative procedure may be, first point is either H1 sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square greater than 1, or B point is sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square is less than 1, or the third point C is sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square, which is not equal to 1. Students, you know those procedure we have to start, in which the most important condition is that sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square, mean variance that we take from one population, variance square that we take from one population is always equal to variance taken from another population, its square. Then on this basis there are three alternative hypotheses. Maybe this relation greater than 1, maybe less than 1, or not equal to 1. The second step is decide on the significance level. Significance level decided, that is alpha. In the third step, similarly like previous test, we have to perform the test statistics. The test statistics the test statistics is F, which is equal to S1 square over S2 square, and S1 square always greater than S2 square. If S1 square is not greater than S2 square, then we turn this test statistics, mean S2 square comes in the numerator and S1 square in the denominator, which if H naught is true has an F distribution, with nu1 and nu2 is degree of freedom. In the fourth step, calculate the value of F, that is we taken from the sample. Calculate the value of F. Calculate the value of F. Calculate the value of F. And in the fifth step is, as in the fifth step, like the previous test, similarly we find out the critical region. Determine the critical region of size alpha from the right tail of F distribution with nu1 and nu2 is the degree of freedom. And in the first case is, A is when H1 is sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square, mean greater than 1, the critical region, this mean sigma 1 square is greater than sigma 2 square, then the critical region will be F greater than or equal to F alpha nu1 comma nu2. B part is when, similarly follow these steps. For one step, for one A, for A its critical region is this. For B, that I write this when H1 is sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square is less than 1, the critical region will be F greater than or equal to F alpha nu2 comma nu1. when h1 is sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square is less than 1, then critical region will be this. Also interchange the rule of test statistics, also interchange the rule of test statistics that is f is equal to s2 square over s1 square. Students, this is a very important point. When this is less than 1, then we use this critical region, means nu2 comes first and nu1 comes second, and we interchange also the test statistics, that is s2 square comes in the numerator and s1 square in the denominator. Point C is when h1 is sigma 1 square not equal to sigma 2 square, when sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square, when sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square is not equal to 1, then the critical region will be two tail, that is f greater than or equal to f alpha by 2 nu1 comma nu2, when this holds when s1 square greater than s2 square, or f greater than or equal to f alpha by 2 nu2 comma nu1 when s2 square is greater than s1 square. Students, when s1 square greater than s2 square, then nu1 comma nu2 comes, and then s2 is first, which is greater, we write this degree of freedom first. In s2 square greater, then its degree of freedom nu2 comes first. Alternatively, if one wishes to use the left hand tail that is two-sided test, then the critical region will be f greater than or equal to f alpha by 2 nu1 comma nu2 and f less than or equal to 1 over f alpha by 2 comma nu2 comma nu1. We use for C step is use this, mean if these are comes in h1 then critical region will be this for S1 greater than or equal to greater than S2 square, and we use this when S2 greater than S1 square. Mean those if S1 is greater than, then its degree of freedom comes first. If S2 is greater than, then its degree of freedom comes first. In the last step, sixth step is decision reject H naught if the calculated value of f falls in the critical region. In the critical region, except H naught, otherwise. Students, reject H naught when the computed value of f fall in the critical region. Simply, you know, like the previous test, if the value of f, t, chi fall in a critical region, then we reject, otherwise we accept our null hypothesis. Now for the application of this procedure, we are taking an example number 19.2, which is given two random samples of size n1 is equal to 12 and n2 is equal to 10 from two independent normal populations with S1 is equal to 2.3 and S2 is equal to 1.5. Test at 0.05 level of significance. The hypotheses are given in this problem. Hypothesis H naught taken, these are equal, mean null hypothesis, against mean the alternative hypothesis that also provided in this question. You take first null alternative hypothesis. In a problem, if we see this procedure, against this null hypothesis there are three alternative hypotheses. Either we use this or this, but in a problem this alternative hypotheses are given, so we use this. So we state our null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis that are given in a problem. H naught with sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square is equal to 1. That means sigma, if we cross multiply this, then sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square mean, and its alternative hypothesis H1, which is greater than this sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square greater than 1, that is H1 sigma 1 square greater than sigma 2 square, which are also given in a problem. Second step, we have to find the level of significance, that is equal to 0.05, which is also given in a problem. The test statistics to use is f, which is equal to S1 square over S2 square. This test statistics I explained in the previous lecture. In the last, f is equal to S1 square over S1 square over S2 square we use for that's mean if S1 is greater than, S1 square is greater than or larger than S2 square, then we use this. Otherwise, if S2 is greater than S1 square, then we turn this test statistics that I explained this point in the procedure, which if H naught is true has an F distribution which nu1 is equal to 12 minus 1 because n given in a problem, n is given in a problem that is equal to 12, and also n2 is given in a problem that is equal to 11. So 10. Nu 2 is equal to 9 and nu 1 is equal to 11. So in the fourth step, the computations are putting the value of S1 square and S2 square in this formula that are given in a problem. The value is 2.3 for S1 and S2 is 1.5. Solving this, result is equal to 2.35. The critical region is F. Students, we already explained in a procedure. If we use this alternative hypothesis, then that is if about according to this null hypothesis, its corresponding alternative hypothesis that are used in a problem is this, greater than 1. So its critical region also for A, that we use f greater than or equal to f alpha nu 1 comma nu 2. So also we write this, and alpha is given in a problem 0.05, nu 1 value 11 and nu 2 value is 9. So check from the table its value. The F distribution table is for 0.05 nu 1 comma nu 2, its value according to 10 and 12. Find the midpoint corresponding to nu 2, which is equal to 9, 3.14 and 3.07 at the value 10 and 12. Find the midpoint, and then it's those answer which the value of the midpoint of 10 and 12, it's the value of 11, and which is equal to 3.10. This same result I calculated in the previous lecture. So f value that is calculated from the that will calculate from the computation, which is equal to 2.35 and greater than or equal to 3.110, which is from the table. This is the table value. So we see this. If we see this, and result comes 2.35 is greater than 2 or equal to 3.10. No, it's wrong. If this statement will be correct, then we say this f is equal to 2.35 lies in a critical region. So we reject our null hypothesis. But in this problem, this statement is wrong. So we concluded that this computation does not fall in the critical region by using the procedure of F distribution. So we say conclusion, since the computed value of the f does not fall in the critical region, we therefore do not reject h0 at alpha 0.05 and may conclude that there is a significant evidence to include that indicate that the two variants are equal. That we start in a given this thing in the starts given variances are equal. That is, we say h0 sigma 1 square is over sigma 2 square, which is equal to 1, mean sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square. So its computed value does not fall in a critical region, so we accept our null hypothesis and say that is sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square, mean its variance are equal for both two populations. Hopefully you understand this problem. Similarly, we have to solve this problem. Let's see the problem number, example number 19.3. In the 19.3 example, two random samples drawn from two normal populations. One sample is that is taken from one normal population or this, and second sample that we drawn from the second normal population is this. Obtain the estimates of the variance of the population and test whether the two populations have the same variance. Students, from this we conclude that we use F distribution because same variances mostly come in the F distribution. So we state our null and alternative hypothesis, and also given in a problem alpha is equal to 0.025. Students, we state our null and alternative hypothesis as null hypothesis is sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square is equal to 1. Students, in this problem, anywhere in this problem not comes this condition what condition which we use in this problem, not given in a problem. If not mentioned in a problem which condition that we will use, so we use always its alternative hypothesis not equal to 1. Against this null hypothesis we always use not equal to 1, not the A and B condition. So that's the reason I use this rule. We state our null and alternative hypothesis as sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square is equal to 1, that is sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square, and H1, that is alternative hypothesis, sigma 1 square over sigma 2 square not equal to 1, that is sigma 1 square not equal to sigma 2 square. So in the second step we find out its significance level that is given in a problem which is equal to 0.05. Say I say which is equal to 0.05. I think so in a problem alpha is alpha is 0.025 that is given in a problem. Check this, students. We use alpha is equal to 0.025 that is given in a problem. So I write this, but if not given, then we may use that either we use 0.05 may 0.01. So the test statistics is F is equal to S1 square over S2 square, since this use when S1 square is greater than S2, but if S1 square not greater than S2 square, then we turn this test statistics, which if H0 is true has an F distribution with nu1 and nu2 degree of freedom. Computations are, students, summation x1i for this formula for the sample 1, x1i minus x1 bar whole square, which is equal to, you know, this relation, and solving this I am taking these steps calculation directly, but you follow the table, you draw the table for each calculation, then you easily understand where these values comes. But I write this directly. I'm writing this directly. Okay, the value of this is 4960 minus 220 whole square over 10. Solving this, and results is equal to 120. Similarly, from second sample, x summation x2j minus x2 bar whole square, that value is equal to this, and solving these values, and its result is equal to 314. Now we find the two estimates. As dear students, you know this formula S1 square, which is equal to this, and S2 square is equal to this. Dear students, please note this point, that we can always use unbiased unbiased formula for T normal and F distribution. Three distribution: T distribution, normal distribution, and F distribution. This distribution, normal distribution, we study this normal distribution not separately in these video lectures, because these test for normal distribution not given in a syllabus. So if anyone wants normal test, then you may ask, and I record this lecture also on normal, otherwise not. But in chi-square distribution we may use biased formula. This is very important points. Students, understand this point. We use for F distribution we use unbiased formula. If we use biased formula, then comes in the denominator is n, but we know in the F distribution always use unbiased, so n-1, n1 minus 1 and n2 minus 1 for second sample. Solving these, and our results is equal to 13.33 for S1 square and 28.55 for S2 square. So S1 square, which is equal to 13.33, and S2 square is equal to 28.55. Since S2 square is larger than S1 square, S2 square is larger than S1 square, so we therefore interchange the rules of the two samples and use the test statistics. This, students, I already explained this. If S1 square is greater than S2 square, then we use this. If S2 square is greater than S1 square, then we turn this, mean this denominator comes in the numerator and this numerator comes in denominator. So we use this thing. S2 square is greater than S1 square, so we use this S2 square over S1 square. Solving these, and results is equal to 2.14. So the critical region is, for this formula, F greater than or equal to F alpha nu 1 comma nu 2. Students, we understand in a procedure that if we use this, mean if we use this rule, mean turn either S2 is greater than S1 square. If we turn our test statistics, then we use this critical region for C, F greater than or equal to F alpha nu 1 comma nu 2. Writing the value of alpha 0.025, nu 1 is equal to 11 and nu 2 is equal to 9, and checking from the table, and its result is equal to 3.97 from table. Students, hopefully you understand this table value. So F value, that is we calculated from the computed value, which is equal to 2.14. 2.14 is greater than 3.92. No, it's wrong. If this statement, this critical region wrong, then I say our null hypothesis is correct, mean null hypothesis accepted, lies in the acceptance region. Conclusion is, since the computed value of the F does not fall in the critical region, so we do not reject H0 and may conclude that two populations have the same variance. So we may alternate procedure adopt, because this alternative mean turn out. This turning process used in the third step, and if third step in for the critical region comes, then we may also use the alternative procedure that are defined in a procedure. Say if we wish to use a two-sided test, then the critical region will be f greater than is this, mean this is the value of nu1 and value of nu2, and its value from the table is 3.59, and this also nu2 and nu1, its values solving this 0.26, and we conclude that the test statistics results is 0.47 by putting the value of s1 over s2 square simply. Students, one thing must kept in mind that when we use alternative procedure, then we cannot turn out this test statistics formula. We remain these test statistics formula, and this result is equal to 0.47, and you know this 0.47 is greater than or equal to 3.59. Is this correct? Not. This is wrong. If this is wrong, then we say its critical region, this computation not lie in a critical region. Understand? And also check this. Zero point 0.47 value of f value 0.47 is less than or equal to 0.26. Is this correct or wrong? This is wrong. So we also say both value is wrong, and our computation not lies in a critical region. Then I say I accept our null hypothesis. So the computed value of f, which is equal to 0.47, falls in the acceptance region. So we do not reject H0 and conclude that the two populations have the equal variance. Understand? This is the alternative procedure for the question number 2, and it's your own. You adopt alternative or previous. Next example is 19.4. In an experiment on reaction times in seconds of two individuals A and B measured under identical conditions, the following results were obtained, that is A results and B results. In the first part, test the hypothesis at 0.05 level of significance that H0 sigma A square, which is equal to sigma B square, against this alternative hypothesis. If in the second question, if H0 is equal to, and if acceptance in the part A, then test the hypothesis at 0.05 level of significance that H0 mu A is equal to mu B against this. Do yourself this problem. Hopefully you solve this problem by following the problems. Hopefully you understand this lecture. If you have any questions, students, then write in the comment box. Okay, Allah Hafiz.